Hey, it's August 6th, 2012, and this is the Tree of Woe Show Raw Review. Now listen, we're going to review Raw for you. You're welcome. Show starts off. General Manager A.J. Lee, let's light it up, and that we did. We lit it up all the way to the ring.
Wellness. We can't light it up.
Don't light that kind of thing up.
If it's synthetic, you'll get caught.
That's true.
If not, then you get fined.
Mm-hmm. Light up real ones.
And what's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me, would you please remind me?
What's 50G to a boss?
Yeah.
But AJ comes out and she says this. I'm the general manager. And I said this. She's absolutely right.
1 for 1 so far.
She says, I got 3 major matches. We didn't get to the third one just yet. But she says we're going to get Randall Keith Orton versus The Big Show, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena, and CM Punk comes out, interrupts. And he's like, listen, I want to apologize to you. You're going to make mistakes. And I shouldn't have acted that way. But you did make a mistake last week. So let's go ahead and let's cancel that triple threat match you had planned for SummerSlam. And then, oh, the trumpets are blazing. There was like 10 guys on each side with trumpets. It was incredible. That didn't happen. But it should have been. That needs to be a WrestleMania entrance soon. But John Cena comes out and he's like,
John Cena led out by the Vitamin String Quartet.
I don't know what that means, but
there's
a lot of these guys.
They're like the people that have. They're 4 guys who take string instruments and then they redo songs without any words. So he could rap to it while it's set to a violin, barrett, whatever it's called down here. Not a harp, but whatever it's called.
A banjo. No, it's not a banjo.
You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to anyone with orchestra right now. Because you're the only person that understood what we're going with here. Actually, the only person that did understand what we were trying to go with. Everyone else is like, yeah, that big thing.
Yeah. They don't. You can visualize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
I'll play it for the rest of the segment.
But yeah, and then he makes a valid point. He's like, listen, CM Punk, it's your fault it's even a triple threat match. There was a match for number one contender. Whichever one of us won, Cena or Big Show, was going to be the one number one contender. But then you came in and messed everything up. And he's like, no. You're the one that flew into my lap and all that stuff, So then I had to get in your business. But then when that happens, Big Show comes out, and luckily AJ said, stop. You all have matches. Just chill out and go back. CM Punk, we're going to let the world vote on yours.
Oh, God. And we did.
We voted.
We voted.
I voted on the Tree of Woe Show Twitter account probably 60 times.
We just sat here and just kept throwing ones out there.
The choices were, the real choices were Rey Mysterio, Miz, or Kane.
But the best one
we voted for none of those.
The best one I saw was Dakota Schmidt dropped Punk Benoit. And there was a bunch of Punk. Punk Jericho. Everyone just threw out random ones. So, what do you think the best ones were?
I don't know. The one that got most retweeted was when I said Punk Dude Love. That got like 8 retweets, and I said, all right. Yeah. Punk Dude Love.
Punk Sonnen.
Yeah, Punk Sonnen. Chase Oliver retweeted that. A boy Chase.
How about
anyone that's down with Chael Sonnen's down with the Tree of Woe Show, and vice versa.
How about Punk Mitt Romney?
Oh, I can only dream.
Put him to sleep.
We are not here to talk about our political beliefs, but I would not mind CM Punk GTSing Mitt Romney.
You know what? I have no problems with Mitt Romney as a person, and whether or not I disagree with his political campaign does not say I don't think that match would draw. And I think it would draw, and I think Punk GTSing Mitt Romney would make a certain group of people very happy. Oh man, I gotta stretch out for a little bit.
It would make me very happy. But we voted for many things, none of which were Punk Ray, but I mean, I wasn't mad because I've seen this match before and it's always good, or at least usually good. And this one wasn't Capital Punishment from 2011, but it wasn't like bad.
Yeah.
It just wasn't what I thought it would be. But then again, it's not a pay-per-view, so I don't expect that.
For the first match of a Raw to have your champ out there wrestling Rey Mysterio, who is
fat and had to wear a shirt now. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, in San Antonio, he was probably a pretty big deal. I don't remember his pop. It was like 3 hours ago. Thanks, WWE.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it shouldn't be bad. It doesn't make sense for it to be bad. So you have good dynamic there. And Punk wins, as he should, because he's the champ. Champ is here.
Indeed.
Ray doesn't look bad. Ray hits him with half of the 619, which made us think, what part of 619 is so devastating? Is it the spinning kick, or is it the diving headbutt? Because Daniel Bryan hits the diving headbutt. Different things happen when Rey Mysterio hits it.
His is more of a splash than a headbutt, Ray's. But, yeah,
True.
Punk wins. I approve. He proves. And then we get just a backstage Del Rio and Ricardo rolling up with their car. So at this point, you're like, okay, obviously something's going to happen because they don't just show a backstage segment of rolling up in a really nice car, getting out, emphasizing the really nice car, not saying a word, just walking off. So you're like, okay, something's going to go on. And then when we came back from commercial, Wade Barrett promo. Boom.
Barrett's coming back.
Love Wade Barrett.
The vignette was more towards like a face almost. I mean, obviously they're going to film back as a heel because that's what they do. He can get good heel heat. You don't know how he can get over as a face. But he has the type of skill set that a lot of the fans who are like fans of Brock Lesnar would appreciate, and they want to be a fan of that. They talk about the bare knuckle thing and all of that.
Just doing Batista machine guns.
Yeah, Batista. I mean, Batista was the same way. You have these guys who can have the crossover appeal, which is something that they didn't really promote. They said like Wade Barrett actually, they'd be like, oh yeah, former bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, they actually are doing it.
But the fact that that's the big basis of his comeback change of his character is going to be pretty good in my opinion.
I was excited.
Yeah.
Love Wade Barrett is securely in the Fave 5. Met the guy. Awesome guy. Talked to him for at least 10 minutes where he just said this. I said, get that better. It's Big Show's fault. He shouldn't have thrown people on you. Big Show.
That was one of the worst catastrophes ever. Didn't like people get hurt in that?
Yeah, because Big Show just kept throwing people out.
Yeah.
Idiot.
And it wasn't even Barrett getting thrown out. It was when he got hurt. It was when he cut his Dalton.
Yeah, because Big Show, instead of throwing, he's like, poof. It's like, you can't just huck a 200-pound dude.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Sure.
But I loved the Barrett promo. I wish they would have said when he came back, but at the same time, that's even better because we don't know. We know it's coming, but we don't know when. Unless that was on SmackDown. Then we will know. It's a spoiler. But then we get Alberto Del Rio in the office with AJ, and he's like, hey, I don't want a match. And she's like, oh, that's good because I don't have anything planned for you. And he goes, Ricardo, we thought you was going to do something crazy.
And she goes, what you mean?
And I said, what?
I said, what?
AJ got offended. She goes, actually, you do have a match, and it's next.
And he's in a full suit. He's just like,
I need my gear.
Yeah.
Go get them my gear.
What were we saying at this point? Hey, does he have his tights on underneath? Does he wear his wrestling boots?
So, hey, the little things.
Little things. Del Rio, you're cool with us.
Yeah.
In this segment.
And especially it led to the whole thing after this match because that's how the keys got there. But then we get his opponent is already in the ring, Christian, so we pretty much knew where this was going, but that's fine.
Did he find the peeps he was looking for?
Never does. He's like, never is he like, hey, Kyle! Come here.
Adam!
Kyle, you got the tickets? Okay, cool. He always leaves the tickets at will call, but he never knows where they're sitting. That's the everlasting truth.
Yeah. He always says, hey, puts tickets at will call, but he doesn't check the name.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know. They're there. So if you ever go to a live event, go to the will call and say, hey, Christian left me tickets. Odds are you'll get tickets.
I'm the peep he's looking for.
It's always a mystery. If they don't let you in with that, they're just dicks.
Exactly.
You lost Napoleon? He was a dick! Oh my gosh, if you know what that show is, like this video.
Yeah.
And if you don't, like this video. But anyways, so Del Rio wins, because it's Del Rio. I mean, guy doesn't get an entrance. Most of the time he's not going to win, although it did happen later. But Del Rio wins, and then Sheamus appears on the Titantron. He's like, Birdie! And I said, oh. And he's like, next time Ricky Ricardo comes to get your stuff, don't forget to leave the keys in there. Or don't leave the keys in there.
Yeah, well, I think he said don't forget as well. And he goes, whoa, whoops. And Del Rio's just like, no!
Not in my car.
No, I got a different one of these every week. Obviously, this one's more important to me, especially how close they are to Mexico. Yeah,
but in a shocking twist, he didn't beat the crap out of it just yet. He didn't, attack it. That's what we were like, oh, he's just going to, punch it.
Hey, be a star, man.
No, be a star always. Yeah. But he gets in the car and just drives away. And Del Rio says, no. No. And he just drives away.
No.
1 hour main event. Randall Keith Orton versus the Big Show. So there you go. This match probably went
9.
upwards of 8 or 9, 10 minutes, and it's if you didn't see this match, picture Randy Orton and Big Show in a match, and that's what it was. What else? They can't really do anything else, especially on the Big Show. Like when he's in a match, no matter who he's against, it's not going to be anything too crazy other than what you're expecting.
Especially because Randy Orton's not one of those guys who's going to throw in anything he doesn't normally do.
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to.
Like, what's he going to do against the Big Show? Like, randomly just be like, actually, because it's not like it's not like Punk, where if he's against the Big Show, you're like, oh, he can't GTS him, so he's going to have to do something else. Yeah. RKO, you just jump up and just fall over.
Exactly. And
like, it's not like he can't do it.
It's not like he's going to, like, switch up his techniques. That doesn't make sense.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying that it's
kick knees.
Stylistically, maybe Orton's not set to go with big guys like this. If you think about it, he has a lot of the suplexes and all that stuff, and can't really do all that. And he's not really small enough that we can get thrown around and tell the story that way. Because the gap between like Orton's size wise and Big Show isn't like Big Show Daniel Bryan was, where it's like, oh, this is the underdog. We can tell by the size. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is Orton versus Big Show.
Orton is no underdog.
Exactly.
Ever.
There's the story there is a lot tougher to come by. Why end the double countout?
Because you don't want Big Show to lose, but you also don't want Orton to lose.
Yeah, but how does this segment end? Yeah. RKO to the Big Show.
With an R.
KO. I mean, you gotta make it. I don't know. You can sit back and look at me like, oh, why'd they do this?
You did.
I did.
Until I told you not to.
Yeah. You had a point.
Just embrace your.
Yeah.
It all clicks if you want it to.
I mean, the thing is, it wasn't bad, but it could have been done a lot differently.
Mm-hmm.
They could have.
Put on the GM hat. What would you have done differently?
What I would have done differently is I would have done.
And you can't not have the match.
I know. What I'm going to do is, since they had the Miz and Kane there, I would have had maybe a triple threat, maybe one of those two, and then you have Orton versus somebody who can pick up an easy win on, So that way
you can't change the match.
Oh,
you said you didn't like the way Orton Big Show ended, so how would you have had it
end?
No,
I liked how it ended. I didn't like the setup to it. Like, it's one of those things where, you have the car, all that stuff sucks, but then you vacuum the car and make it as nice as you can. Which is what they did here. They vacuumed it, they made this interior as clean as possible, make up for the fact that it is not the best situation.
I was cool with it. But I was fine with it. I just said RKOs. But when you expect the RKO,
it's not as exciting.
Oh, it is as exciting.
For me,
you're
right. You're right.
You did. I was upstairs and you did yell, "Oh!"
Well, because I thought he was going to knock him out because I was like, oh, Orton's in the doghouse. Okay. And then I was like, okay. I'm like, don't come down here, man. He's going to get knocked out. And then RKO happened out of nowhere. So, yeah, actually, I'm going to say that the end of this match and how it ended was great for Randy Orton.
It was.
Fuck the Big Show. We're cool with it being good for Randy Orton. Hey.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're trying to stick up for the Big Show here. It's like when everyone went through that 2 months thing where everyone tried to stick up for Cena against The Rock, and then afterwards they remembered that they don't like Cena. Am I the only one that looks back on it now and realized everyone was defending John Cena? This is the biggest hypocrites of all time.
That was bad.
The Rock can't beat Cena because Cena's the future. And then right when it's over, fuck Cena. You guys make no goddamn sense. I hate that I'm the only one that noticed that the whole time. Me and 420 Goody. Hey,
everyone just hopped on the Cena band.
It was so funny. That's why I just sat here
the Rise Above Hate shirt was tight.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying at the fact of, Cena can't lose. It's
yeah.
Sure, he's the younger guy. But everyone was bitching, he has to go over. But if he would have gone over, afterwards everyone would be like, I can't believe it's just another guy, Cena beat.
Yeah. And it's just another...
Yeah, I'm just going back on this now, realizing how dumb a lot of you guys look. Not the guys watching us, because you guys are just watching.
Yeah.
The people that made videos, I was just
yeah.
You guys are going to sound so dumb in 2 months when you're like, Cena sucks again. It's really? This is the guy you want to beat The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are geniuses.
But
I thought that was funny.
I mean, everyone just all of a sudden Cena goes from Cena sucks. He's awful.
Cena's the future. Since when do you cool with him being the future?
But it wasn't even just that. All of a sudden, he has 5 moves. You know what? Cena's actually not that bad.
All of a sudden, it was like
not during the Punk match. Like the Punk match, people were like, Cena just brought that one
Cena
time.
did nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, he
only brings so funny. Like this is all just coming full circle. I just was laughing so hard. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, because I was like commenting to guys. People were just like,
hey,
I can't remember. Oh, I'm gonna have to look back, because the reason, I already kind of clicked, but one guy commented on a video and he's like, do you realize that everyone that is acting like it's gonna be a travesty if The Rock wins are the same people that if you go back 2 videos how much they hate Cena? It's like they're just trying to be like, well, the company needs John Cena. Everyone was just trying to go into that mode when really they're just looking, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is it's just obviously everyone.
Sorry, Ryback match. We'll get to you.
Everyone is filming their videos right now, so that they're not gonna be able to hear us say this. How can you possibly say anything bad about Randy Orton after this match? I mean, he did what you're supposed to do.
Well,
you can talk about his attitude or all.
Just listen. Remember this while you're watching other videos. Everybody hates the Big Show, right?
Yeah.
In every video. Yeah. Listen to how many people, Randy Orton buried the Big Show. It doesn't add up.
Yeah.
The Tetris is overflowing from stupidity. They can't make up their mind. Yeah. Big Show sucks. I hate the Big Show. Randy Orton buried the Big Show. I can't.
What is your reasoning behind, we don't like the Big Show because we don't think he does a whole lot.
We still like it. It's not like...
Yeah, we could probably make a video for 20 minutes where we don't talk about it. I mean, what about Sheamus 4 months ago?
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a great time. Mm-hmm. I still stand by what I said at the time. He's improved.
He has.
And that's why I don't talk as much crap on Sheamus.
Because we can, admit it.
Yeah.
I used to not like Daniel Bryan. I give Daniel Bryan props all the time now. Yeah. He used to not like The Rock. He still doesn't like him as much, but when The Rock does good things, he doesn't have a problem saying, okay, that was cool.
I don't sit there and, The Rock isn't my type of wrestler. I accepted that, He's not going to go out there and get into a slap fest with Samoa Joe.
And just kick.
Yeah. He's not going to wrestle Samoa Joe. It was a great match. Holy shit.
I did it for The Rock. This is my cousin, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe comes in there as the badass cousin who doesn't follow the Samoan rules. He walks out there and all of a sudden it's like he's supposed to be just Samoan, man. What's up with the Samoan tap? He's like, no man, fuck Samoa.
That'd have been incredible.
And just beat the shit. Oh, that would have been great.
I love that Orton versus Big Show has turned into this. That's how you know.
Every video we go into one of these.
Oh my gosh, but it's incredible. But anyways, just listen for the hypocrisy in other people's videos.
Because it's out there.
It's gonna happen. Randy Orton buried. But you remember everyone's thoughts on the Big Show the past 6 months. So just remember that. It's just funny that I've just noticed that with a lot of stuff lately. Cena was the biggest one, but this is just kind of what reminded me of a situation like that.
Hey, Punk is becoming it. Everyone who's like, I want Punk to get that edge.
Exactly.
Man. But now he's starting to get why is Punk? He's had it for too long.
Yeah,
he's got stale.
People complain so much that everyone. The title always flip-flops. The title always flip-flops. Why is Cena always... He's had it since Survivor Series. And people, it's getting boring. It's getting stale. And then when it starts flip-flopping again, we need a long-lasting champ. It's just... You can't win with these people.
I think that's why, as a group, you see, we make these videos and other people make these videos. They're like, oh, yeah. And ideas sound great.
Yeah.
But then people will swap on their own ideas in 2 weeks.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. So why would they listen? Why would they even watch us if they had let's listen to these guys' opinions. Yeah. Well, their opinions change every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's true.
So you talk about long term. We don't wait long term to see what happens.
No.
When was the last time we did that?
A while.
Punk Bryan, I think we said, hey, let's take this long term, and it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah.
And then put Kane in there.
Yeah. See, so it's just I don't know. It's just. Sorry, this could have been a whole video called Orton vs. Big Show, 1 hour main event on Raw thoughts. But hey, you just got it, so we don't have to make a new video.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to them. Ryback had a match versus the Wrecking Crew. Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins.
And
Ryback won.
Ryback wins.
Aliens. And then we get your boys, the Prime Time Players, against Epco and Primo. Adele comes out. I'm still the owner of All World Promotions, whether you like it or not. I said, yay, yay.
Oh, snap.
Love that guy.
Ho, ho, ho.
But they have this match, and they went with the angle where he's like, listen, we've had enough of this. We're dipping out. But then, Hanoi! Kofi and R-Truth come out, and they, scare him back into the ring, toss him in there. Epico ends up pinning Darren Young, and Epico and Primo win. So at SummerSlam, are we going to see PTP versus, Little Jimmy in Paradise? Rest in peace, Little Jimmy. He got kicked up in the world.
Daniel Bryan kicked his head in.
Or are they going to do, like you said, have Epico and Primo in there, and all of a sudden just randomly throw Gabriel and Kid in there, make it a 4 corners, just so it's more like...
Why not?
A SummerSlam thing where it's just like, okay, this is like a lot of people.
Well, you show Tyler X and Kurt Hawkins all the time.
I miss 4-corner tag matches where like you can tag anybody.
What pay-per-view was that the last time?
Yeah, they just did it. I think it might have been, it might have just been on a Raw.
No, because it was at a pay-per-view and it was for the number 1 contender thing.
Was it at Money in the Bank?
No,
because where the paper is. I have it written down below.
Because it was Tyson Kidd.
But it did happen.
Because Tyson Kidd did the Hurricane Rana off the top
onto
rope,
everybody.
On everybody.
And then
on the apron. So, I mean...
And then Primetime Players won that.
Yeah, and I thought they became number 1 contender because that was a little while ago.
Yeah, that was a good time. I think it was at No Way Out because I remember it was the one I didn't watch live, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, because I watched it myself. And I was like, that's awesome. So, yeah, No Way Out they did it. It worked fine.
Be a good time.
They've had a lot of tag team turmoil stuff, and if you can show this whole waveringness at the top part, it doesn't make any of these teams look... PTP doesn't look bad for losing this. Epico and Primo look better. And if you can just get other teams in there, like a tag team turmoil or other thing like that, or just tag team battle royal, something like that, you can put more of a focus in the tag team division, get more guys on the SummerSlam paycheck, and fill in time with a match that gets more people involved, that gets the crowd, up and down and all that. That doesn't really mean a whole lot because obviously, Little Jimmy and Paradise is going to, they're going to hold the belts.
Yeah, hopefully not, but it's probably going to happen.
I mean, you can't really just drop it over to PTP yet.
But we can hope.
I mean,
I can hope.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be bad at all. I love those guys.
That's how they want it.
My favorite tag team right now for a long time because they just say millions of dollars.
Yep.
And then we get backstage segments, continual stories. Damian Sandow backstage interviewed about what's going on with Brodus, like what happened. He's like, listen, any grown man that dances around, whatever, I will save you all from Brodus.
Thanks.
So I said, thank you. And then we got this match. Oh, wait, we did it. Brodus music hit. They're all dancing, having a good time. Sandow comes out, bop, takes out his legs, brutally attacks him. Down the ramp, off the stage, just letting him have it. Damian Sandow, we salute you. This is a salute. This is a bow. We bow to salute you. So they're actually doing something with these two. Hey, if you brought in a bunch of guys and just had them squash guys for a while, why not put a couple of them against each other? Ryback versus Tensai. 8-man tournament. 4-man tournament.
King of the Ring.
Yep. But, so yeah, that was cool. They're just building upon that. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And then we get AJ and Daniel Bryan backstage, and Daniel Bryan's like, listen, I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm sorry.
It's because you left me at the altar, maybe. Maybe that's a little why I'm freaking out. Yeah, and he's like, but I agree with you giving me a match with Cena, because after I beat Cena tonight, then you'll have to put me in the triple threat match and make it a fatal 4-way. I was like, that makes logical sense.
But Orton did it.
But Daniel, you already have a match at SummerSlam. And I said, Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. But it wasn't. Charlie Sheen will be involved. Write that down. But Daniel Bryan versus Kane will be at SummerSlam. And my reaction was about the same as Daniel Bryan's. No. Just because it's like we've seen this so much. I mean, if this was like the first time, it'd be like, okay, that's whatever. But it's like we've seen this in so many SmackDowns, and so many Raws, and so a pay-per-view or two.
It doesn't work.
No,
because Kane's not as powerful as you expect the 7-footer to be. Like Sheamus and Daniel Bryan worked because Sheamus had the power advantage. Obviously, if Sheamus was the heel, it would work a little bit better.
Bella.
Yeah, but. What is this going to get across?
Ooh, hurry.
Hurry for what?
Because the next segment.
Oh. Alright, I'll get more Daniel Bryan time later.
Kelly's back!
Hey, hold on. Hey, I was going to wait.
She got better at wrestling.
No, she didn't.
You're right.
Hey, Shout out to Eve though. Let's give Eve a Wayne's World style salute. Sha Wing. Come on.
I went the other way.
Oh, Wing. Yeah.
We were doing alternate egos there. It was up, down. But yeah.
Well, come on, man.
Eve?
Wayne's World didn't do that.
Yeah, but Wayne's World kind of creeps me out. Wayne's World! Wayne's World!
Part time. Excellent. Wheel. Eve doesn't win. Kelly wins.
Christopher Nolan directs Bruce Wayne's World. I am the Dark Knight. Oh my god. Start making that film.
Hey.
Wayne's World.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Bruce Wayne and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I hope you're listening, upcoming directors, or
Directed
Steven
by
Spielberg.
Darren Aronofsky, who directed The Wrestler. Product placement. Pick this up for $5 at Big Lots.
But yeah, anyways, all those ideas make those happen. But Kelly defeated Eve. Still can't wrestle, but she was on TV.
Yeah. She's back.
She's back. Will it be full time? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was this was this the 2-hour main event?
Yeah. They don't have HBO.
Did I skip something?
No.
Okay, there's not a lot happened, and that's weird.
The last hour.
Oh, I guess that's a good point. This and then that were pretty long. But yeah, Shawn Michaels comes out. They're in San Antonio. He starts talking about the Triple H Lesnar match, which is happening, I think.
What?
I know.
Wait, Brock's back and he's fighting somebody?
I was confused when Shawn Michaels started talking about this so-called SummerSlam match. I was like, wait.
This is the worst trope. I've watched other reviews. Every single other review does the same joke thing. And it's every single that's how bad it is that we all think of the same horrible, horrible joke. Because that joke is better than the reality that they show this segment every single commercial.
Every time. Brock Lesnar came back, and it changed the game. It's time to play the game. But they created the perfect storm. Your family is not good. Don't talk about my kids. I'm going to F you. No, I'm going to throw you out of the ring. I don't need to fight
What's
you
up with the Batman voice? Brock Lesnar has a Brock distinct voice. And you went Batman voice.
I went Bruce Wayne. Yeah. No, I didn't go Bruce Wayne. I went the Dark Knight because Bruce Wayne talks like a normal guy. But then all of a sudden,
I'm not wearing hockey pads. Anyway, HBK comes out.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about it, and then Brock Lesnar just goes out, and then Paul Heyman goes in and goes, "You're the showstopper," all that stuff. Go through his list of accolades.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, "But you're an entertainer."
Yeah, he's like, Brock Lesnar is not trying to be an entertainer.
He's an ass whooper. And what do you expect people to do there? Boo, we came here for entertainment.
And say, yeah, I want to see him kill people. Fight them.
I wonder if they really think that they're going to get heat for not calling him an entertainer. We're not going to think, oh, yeah, that's not entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
His match with Cena at Extreme Rules. Was his first match in, 5 years?
It was a long, long time.
And
I think it was longer than that because I think it was
7.
He left before Rock, I feel like.
Yeah. So
he left at 20? 20. He left at WrestleMania 20. So same as Rock's last match, technically.
Yeah.
Because he fought Goldberg, and we all know that happened.
Yeah.
So that was the first time in a long while. And we were hyped. We bought Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
That was one of those, Money in the Bank 2011, where it's okay, we're going to buy the big four and whatever else, if anything else comes. This was one of those things. Sure, we could have streamed it, like everyone, but no. We said, we are watching this one. Yeah. We bought it. It was well worth it.
Yeah. So, is that their view of entertaining is not Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
We're going to entertain you by not having people fight.
Maybe we're thinking too primitive on this. Maybe it's supposed to be face-face. Different. Because one man's face and another man's heel.
Mm-hmm.
We hate Triple H.
Yep. The whole crowd loves Triple H.
Young Dev loves Triple H.
Young Dev loves Triple H.
Young Dev is scared of Brock Lesnar.
Terrified of Brock Lesnar.
We love Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
It's like Punk Cena, Money in the Bank, except not as extreme.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the LA crowd, I don't know what they're going to do. SummerSlam crowd is...
There'll probably be some stars there that are down with Brock. So hopefully.
It's not going to...
I don't know though. Triple H has got the in with the Biebs now. And Money Mayweather.
Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to take this segment. I feel like I can power... Actually, it's not going to make it last longer. But anyway...
Yeah, it's going to make it last longer. Want to see how you make this go fast? Shawn Michaels says he's going with Triple H because Brock Lesnar's opened up a side of Triple H where he doesn't even recognize. He doesn't know. And Brock Lesnar says, you know what? The only and Shawn Michaels says he's going to be in Triple H's corner. Brock Lesnar says, you know what? The only reason you're going with Triple H is because you've never been in the ring with me. Until now. Approaches him. Time to play the game. Motorhead. Triple H comes out. Brock Lesnar says, yo. Walks out, gets the mic, says, I'll see you at SummerSlam, Triple H. I'll see you before that. Shawn Michaels drops the mic, exits the ring. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler go, what does that mean? And that's how you talk about a segment really quickly by not showing a big net 45 times.
And here is...
You all understand what's happening now, right?
Yeah. And if I could...
I didn't have to show it 17 times.
If I can play YWC Mark for a minute, this is just another date we just don't get to see Brock versus Daniel Bryan.
Brock.
That'd be a great match.
Probably would be.
But the thing is, you're not going to... Why would you waste throwing Brock up there on TV right now? In, like, wrestling.
You wouldn't.
So there's no complaints here.
Nope. No complaints. So you got no complaints. Alex Riley versus Dolph Ziggler. Chris Jericho on commentary wearing Dolph Ziggler's shirt. Incredible. And this was beautiful. This is what I've been dreaming of.
Talk about the Attitude Era. Like, oh, it was so great. You know what? The prequel to the Attitude Era, WCW, the bottom part of the card, did stuff like this. And no one cared about... No one knew who Dean Malenko was before he really took off. He was in the Four Horsemen, like Reed dude, but he was whatever. But Jericho, feuding with him, made Dean Malenko into the Iceman. He made Juventud decent.
Armbar.
Yeah, exactly. Jericho can make stars. He's the best wrestler of all time. Going there, throwing it out there, whatever. Jericho is going to take Dolph Ziggler to the next level because they haven't done anything wrong up to this point.
And where I was going with this segment is, unlike, I'll just say every other heel of, he's the Money in the Bank winner. Every time you always, I personally am always like, they don't, like, why does the person that's like really cocky, and sometimes it's the face, like Sheamus, for example, but just that guy that you're like, oh, okay, he has no chance of winning. Sometimes they can lose, like this. He was distracted. Riley rolled him up and he lost. And it was good. It's not like where Sheamus has to pro kick everybody.
It didn't make it to the point to where it was like, it didn't make it to where it was like, oh, no, you're not lost. It's going to devalue the match. It made the match even more like
Jericho was touting. And it distracted Dolph Ziggler. He was looking around and he got rolled up. That's fine.
It makes it actually
win every match.
It builds up suspense for that next match.
You don't have to win every match. Yeah. So I give this thumb up. Alex Riley wins. Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, getting buckets. But then we get the other two of the text poll.
Yeah.
Kane versus Miz. Kane, like you said before the match, Kane's gonna win by a chokeslam. And Kane won by a chokeslam.
I think you went upstairs to get something.
Where have you been, dog? Come here. Oh. You been sleeping? Yeah. All right.
Basically, everyone and their mom knew Kane was going to choke on the Miz, but nobody wanted to believe it. You know what, though?
Come here. Yeah.
It helps out Daniel Bryan, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah. But then we get to the main event.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they have all these different IC champs, and then...
Yeah, keep talking. I'll go open the door so the dog can go upstairs.
All right. Come here. So, I mean, look at ever since Cody Rhodes dropped the belt, Christian was an accessory to get other people over. Now the Miz is trying to get Kane. At what point does the IC title, we always say, oh, I still need to beat something. Well, the thing is you have to give it its own area. Like, people are like, oh, yeah, it's mid-card. There is no mid-card. It's because there's a fat static between the upper mid-card and the lower mid-card because they always fight. And you always see the guys up here always win. Why not flip some stuff around here and have the Miz, beat somebody and have Kane lose to somebody who, like, the Big Show? Let's have Orton and Miz end the double count out and have Big Show Kane be the one where, Big Show wins. So that way Big Show looks good going into the main event. Miz doesn't look bad. Orton still looks good. Ends with an RKO because all that stuff. Yeah.
Orton always looks good.
Yeah. And then Kane, has a better solid match. Because this match kind of was like,
Yeah, I watched it on mute upstairs, and I just kept saying, this sound wouldn't really do much more for this. But then we got to the main event of a match I've wanted to see for a long time. Just because it's like I said, it's the Clash. Even more so than Punk Cena, because Punk, I guess Daniel Bryan's kind of getting there, but Punk was kind of like mainstream. Like, everyone likes him.
Punk had 5 years in the company at that point.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan's like the prototypical, like technical, like you think, oh, he's a good wrestler, but you don't think like 48, you know, what I'm talking about. This was like perfect. It was like the John Cena and Daniel Bryan, like on the same level of a main event. I love this match. I can see a lot of people being like, I don't like this match, but
how?
They just look for dumb stuff. It happens.
Because the crowd was hot without them even like fighting.
Some people didn't like Punk Cena at Money in the Bank. It's overrated. With their eyes closed, they have to say,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just, I mean, it got Daniel. Okay, Cena wins by attitude adjustment.
It's fine. You know why?
Because the ending sequence was outstanding.
And because Daniel Bryan, the whole time, they didn't make Cena look like, man, Daniel Bryan is really overpowered here. It was just like, Bryan's kicking, boom, boom. Like you never like. If you look at it on paper, you're like, oh man, Cena's gonna like this isn't even fair.
And if you look at our notes, it says Cena wins by attitude adjustment. It's like, okay, it's a standard. It wasn't a standard Cena match because there was a level of respect there to where he knows that he can let Bryan call the stuff and let him carry the match and tell what's going on, and then he can go and they can go through their finish, and he's gonna look good because he ends with the attitude adjustment. And Bryan's gonna look good.
Mm-hmm. It went from STF, well, it went from kicks to STF to no lock to like roll through guillotine to thrust on shoulders attitude adjustment 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and
it was a cool segment.
Yeah, and the first time we went up for the attitude adjustment, it turned into a guillotine.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and it was one of those things where he was turning purple and all that stuff. It was great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it was the best match on the show tonight.
Yes. But and then afterwards, Punk comes out, and you know he gets in the ring, and they're doing this whole thing. And I was like, oh, don't do this again. But for once in a while, I was happy to see the Big Show at this point because I'm like, okay, good. They're not gonna do the same old crap. Cena moves him out of the way. Big Show attacks or whatever. They go at it for a minute. Cena gets up for the AA, and Punk boom knocks them both over, so they crash down. Punk runs over to the desk, picks up the thing, and starts cutting a promo like. Jerry.
I'm done. I'm done kissing babies and shaking hands. All right, I did all that stuff. People walk all over me, and I have no respect. So until further notice, the show's going to end with these two laying on the ground, and that's how the show ends. Those two lay on the ground, and that's how I envisioned it.
Yeah, but it's not how it really ended. As I slide over, what actually happened was Big Show climbed, or instead of CM Punk just leaving triumphant, he went in the ring and he tried to kick the Big Show. No. Big Show caught the leg, said, "Gotcha!" Knockout punch. Cena gets up, knockout punch. Big Show gets the belt, and he's so big it looks like a Mattel like action figures version of the toy, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is Raw. So you know the drill. Comment below, like this video, subscribe in this region up here. We have a Facebook now. Well, for L number 1, we have a Facebook now. And we will put the link to our Facebook page in the description box below so that you can all add us on Facebook and hear our extensive knowledge. We'll probably have some Jake rants typed out.
Because I get bored sometimes.
We will probably have me just saying, yeah.
Come on!
Baseball, come on now. Yeah. But
we're going to spread our wings.
Do that.
Give me the people that's free my soul. I want to give it all to
the only thing is, like, when you click add friend, your PayPal will be charged $4.50. But at the same time, it's worth it though.
Hey, come on, we gotta support our pizza buying habits.
It's true. It's damn true.
Let them know. Let them know right now. Show them.
We did order a pizza. If you're our friends on Facebook, I posted the tracker, so you would have known that. But
hey, shout out to Domino's. Domino's been going hard recently.
Domino's is stepping it up.
Domino's is like Daniel Bryan. At first, you didn't like him, but it was like a necessity.
But then they gave us half off pizza, and it was really good.
Yeah.
But that's Raw. That's our pizza. That's our Facebook. This is our page. Subscribe up here, like over here, comment down here. We will see you later. Bananas.